Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Rita Lee's video blog with Mary Sky. I just got back, so I threw in something comfortable. If you need to know, I went to town today. I got much to report from myself today. Something to be chewing on, okay? Something that's going to be great. I know Pee Wee sent me some videos. I went and watched them this morning, and then I decided to ship on out. I have a lot to tell you all, and I don't want to basically get to it because I want to get out of here. It's Father's Day. And two is I have a life to lead that doesn't include all this stuff going on, okay? Let me tell you a story, okay? I got a story about prepping, okay? A big story. This is like headline news story for some of you. Now, I know Pee Wee's probably out and about, doing her own thing this lovely Father's Day. Hopefully she's got the barbecue going and she's got her husband a steak cooking, right? I have to take my meds this morning. Still semi-sick. So I got a story for you all this morning. A big story, okay? Biggest story in the world, okay? So this morning, Chloe, of course, not a pain in the ass, Chloe. She got me out this morning, out and about. Decided to go to town today. You're like, what? Rita went to town? Yes, I know. My family would be shitting gold bricks this morning if they were even watching or even messaged me. But you know how my family is. Now, tell you, I got some interesting emails this morning. Too interesting. My sister, who works at Walmart, messaged me. My inside source, trust me. Pays to have an inside source, right? She says what the country is doing is it's trying to flip it completely red by basically causing panic and chaos. Now, could be, could not be true, no one knows, okay? But you need to think about what I'm about to say and chew on it, right? So, during every administration, as far back as you go, during the Obama era, everyone hated Obama. Think about that. Oh, he's a Muslim, he's a terror cell, he's this, he's that, yada, yada, yada. We gotta worry, right? What happens? Oh, he's gonna make these laws, he's gonna suppress us all, he's gonna make Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 right? If you look at Obama's presidency, he didn't do too much. Obamacare, big deal, woo-woo. The government was so happy to have free sex changes by the trannies, woo-woo, right? Now, think of it this way. During the Democrats, the Republicans fled in droves and bought so much crap during or right afterwards, right? Think of it this way. Good morning, Zoe. Yes, I went to town, okay. Anyways, picture this. I want Zoe, I want you to think about this too tonight. So, you got the Democrats and you got the Republicans. Republicans are standing around, okay? And they're like, oh, we're going to, we got it, right? It's a man-made disaster, okay? They want to blame everything on Biden. They want to blame Biden so bad so they can get a red man in the office again. The thing is, they battle it out. During Obama's term, everyone was stockpiling. Where did it get them? It got them housing shortage or the housing bubble, recession for 1 to 2 years. I think it was 2 years recession. Oh, great. Court issues. I'm not going to be here long myself because I'm basically trying to make this point. I'm not going to be dragging this out because I got things to do today. And it doesn't mean sitting here, but I'm here to make some statements. So, you got the red people freaking in red states fucking sucking up everything that isn't nailed down, right? Literally. So, this morning, I'm not saying don't be prepared. I'm saying look at the numbers, okay? Because between God and everything else, they're trying to dump everything on a red wave. Basically, they want a fucking red wave. And think of it. During the freaking 2008, 2009 problems on a map, right? When Obama got in, look what happened. People are stockpiling. They called him a commie bastard. They called him all these names, a Muslim terror cell, etc., who wasn't born in America. Look where it got us. 2 terms, right? Soon as he got in, out of office, picture this. And Donald Trump was running, and everyone loved Donald. People went lax. They weren't prepping. They were not prepping at all. Think about it. Soon as Biden gets in, they know that Biden's getting in the pandemic. China said the pandemic would have left America a long time ago if they went into long-term lockdowns. But because we rely on Chinese crap, China's got very few out of 1.2 billion people that are infected. They got heavy lockdowns. And because of it, they will resume their factories as soon as other people can get things moving. But in the meantime, the rest of the world is saying global supply shortages on certain items. That's true, but that's got to be because of coronavirus and not because of prepping. No one preps medical equipment. No one preps CPAP machines. No one preps nebulizers. The reason that China and the reason some people have problems with supply and demand issues is because some Republicans are pretending to be Democrats so they can freeload off the system and cripple the country more. I mean, literally, I was talking to some people today downtown that took a trip on the taxpayers' expense. Taxpayers paid for them to come out there. They loved it. They're Republican. They came out there. The boats, the harbor boats are running, apparently. The whale watching boats are running. Everything's running, and yet you're turning around. And unless you look at the supply and demand numbers, and I'm going to get to that in a second. Basically, I'm glad you stocked up, but let me just explain what's going on, Zoe, and then you can ask any questions you want. So, what's happening? Blue states are basically, blue counties and parts of blue states are basically full up to the max. It's the red states, the red preppers that are fucking sucking everything up. And then they come over to this side of the mountains, which is the Western Washington, find out everything is fully stocked. Blue counties, fully stocked. Red counties, bone dry. Think about it. Bone dry. I went into the grocery store today. The owner, he owns 5 businesses, fully prepped, fully stocked. Only thing is his warehouse is starting to charge a little more for certain items, but he's hoping it comes down. He literally has basically said, his quote, not ours, that the Republicans are doing this despite everything to try to flip the country red because they're pissed. They're pissed at the communist agenda, which is true. But at the same time, they want no sex changes, no this, no schools. They want full control over women. They want slavery back. Literally, the list goes on and on and on. Okay, so you got to ask yourself, the blue states don't have it. Now, the other thing is this guy, okay? This guy turned around, right? We're talking about some of these prepping people. He was talking about a certain prepper, I won't go into names, who he basically was saying, that it's all fear tactics. But at the same time, he said, where's these numbers? He said, go to our hospital. There is. Everything's in stock. You go out to where my doctor is, out where I used to live, fully stocked. He says, I don't see how they cannot do it. I've heard about the distributors, right? Thing is I talked to the sheriff today about distributor caps and and catalytic converter. It's the first time he's heard that there's a thing. He had to Google it, and he says, I don't see anywhere in the state reports by the state patrol, aka the state police, of catalytic converters being stolen that often. I mean, literally, the Republicans are freaking filling things up, nothing to do. I mean, I gave a full, complete, factual report to a prepper, right? He didn't give a shit. All he cared about is, oh, yes, this and this, this store is empty. And I went down today to the grocery store. I went to the t-shirt shops. I went and someone ran into me and wanted to buy me a cup of coffee, so we chatted about it. They said, no, they've been to Safeway. They've been to the other place. They've been to Walmart. They've been to every store in Skagit, Whatcom counties, all the way as far as Snohomish County. And it's completely and thoroughly full. Friends of mine I know go southern all the way to Seattle, full. The little Asian shops completely filled with rice and everything else. So they don't understand where these people are coming from the numbers. Red states, Dad said it best himself. He goes to the grocery store. It's not even empty. I keep asking him. He says, you really want me to die and go hungry? No, I just want to see his opinion. His opinion is his opinion, but you got to look at the numbers. Thing is, it's still prepared just in case. But everything that I'm hindering today, going out and about, tourists are doing their business. Everyone else is doing their business. I mean, look, certain people are getting, look at me. I just got a report from Amazon due to the red states ordering too much fucking shit. Current ramen selections will be $20 to $30 a case for 24, but the cheaper cases they can't get in because the warehouse is out due to September 15th pickup thing. My mom's birthday, ramen's supposed to be delivered then, but they haven't changed their website yet. So they're saying we'll charge a food card, we'll take it out and ship it to you July 9th, but I got an email that just said September 15th. All because of people. Walmart emailed me. I said, I want to order a whole stack load of soups. Go to the nearest Walmart. I don't drive, is what I said. You know what they said? Well, you can blame their policies. Their policies. That they don't want to, they want to cut corners. Pee Wee was talking about stuff that she bought last week. She can't get this week. I mean, literally, where she's living, she's seeing what's happening. And up here, apparently, shipping is going to get worse and worse because everyone's sucking up everything. I mean, literally, they had an article the other day. Apparently, the wealthiest of the wealthy's not worried. One guy said, well, what the pandemic happened? Then when nothing happens, they got to eat everything up or it goes bad. I'm sitting there looking at all the numbers thinking, during the Obama years, this happened. But during the Trump years, no one was prepping. And now that we have a Biden in, people are prepping like crazy, Think of it this way. Right after Obama was elected, the recession happened. And then they had this whole wave where everything turned the freaking red for a while. Why? And then everything supposedly prospered, but really went down the shitter because where I lived at the time, it hurt the Hispanics and it hurt the African Americans. By the way, they were legally born Hispanics, just to let you know, okay? So the bottom line is keep prepping, but the numbers I'm looking at are basically scary. I mean, look, I went to the grocery store today. Completely every aisle was fucking filled. I mean, they're basically doing sales. When pork's lowered on the pork block, he has pork on sale. When beef's on sale, he has beef on sale. I mean, he's running everything that I've seen of the owners, the grocery stores. I mean, literally, they're basically full. And I literally had to, the reason the owner stopped me is because he hasn't seen me in a year and a half. I've been a hermit. I've been telling him, and he turned to look at me and he says, look, he says, this store is always going to be filled, right? So I finally asked him. He says, we may have problems with Chloe, but you should ask Chloe. The stores are fully stocked. So we have egg shortages, and it hinders on the abilities of, he says the mayonnaise could be cheaper, but Best foods, for example, is using cage-free eggs. So basically grain-free, right? Well, you hear all these people complaining, right? But I ran into this guy's mom, right? His mom hates me for some damn reason, but he's a nice guy. I talked to him. He's the fire chief, or he's that EMS chief, fire chief, assistant chief, whatever. And I said, hey, you have problems with your parts? He said, no, we can make one phone call and get any part we need for our fire trucks and ambulances. He said, the other thing, it's BS. Literally, where's the proof? That's the thing they get parts. He says, we have a helicopter that can drop water on something that's always that we can have. We have a plane that we can use. They have the tools to fight fires, and yet, this fuel thing, that's one thing that I can't figure out why the fuel's so high. I think it has to do with the recession. But I also think it's because of Putin. He's got something up his sleeve, It's just a gut feeling I have. I'm waiting for God's confirmation, but all I'm saying is keep prepping. I'm just looking at things from as in red states and red counties. They're getting hit the hardest, where the blues aren't getting hit at all. So I think there's a conspiracy. I want to look into it before I get any more info, but I'm basically just giving you this update to tell you to just keep prepping until I figure out what is going on. I don't want any negative comments, okay, being like, oh, you told us to prep and then you're backing away. No, I'm actually looking into it. Why do you think I don't get up early enough, huh? People sit there and say, oh, well, she must be. I'm working my ass off in the middle of the night while everyone else is fucking sleeping. Someone's got to look up all this info. Someone's got to cross-check everything. Someone's got to freaking do the job. 9, 10 in the morning, I go to bed. I'm like, literally, someone's got to do it. I don't see anyone else fucking doing it. And I'm not going to waste my time cross-checking videos where some of the info I can't find out. It's like, oh, yes, I gave information as well, but you know what? Have you noticed every place he's, there's this guy, right? He does these research things. It's all Republican counties. He's never talked about a Democratic county yet. Now, that's the thing. So I just wanted to say that also because I was watching some videos, but I better check the comments. I know Zoe's with us. So I hope this basically just keep prepping everyone. I'm waiting for God's message again, but the thing is everything it's pointing to, even if you get through 6 months, even if there is a pandemic, it's just prolonging someone's life. Literally, the gun is designed for one purpose: premeditated murder. If you decide to use it self-defense, you're still going to hell for murder. The good Lord's, so just think about that too. But my main thing is I have a crossbow. Yeah, that's considered premeditated murder. But some people, like prophets, get to be supposedly get punished harsher. So let's look at the comments. Like I said, I'm doing extensive research. I need to get out of here eventually today. I don't want a fucking 8-hour video because we're going to go and debate this. There is no debate. This basically thing is, this is the thought process, okay? I want you to think about it. I want you to go and have a drink tonight on Father's Day. Sit down with your loved ones. Talk it over. Whether it be sensible or not sensible. The problem is did Biden cause this problem? No. Both Republicans and Democrats cause it. But you don't want to stack. Every person wants to stack up Biden. Oh, the old crusty, crippled Uncle Joe who likes little girls and little boys, apparently. Look, I've heard it all. I haven't seen any complete concrete facts. I will give you concrete facts. Where's our oil reserves? Republicans and Democrats sold it. Why is things happening? Republicans and Democrats are both the fucking blame for the infrastructure collapse. Think about it. The infrastructure collapse tomorrow. They wouldn't fucking give two shits about it. They'd let it fail. Think about it. I'm not going to argue with anyone because it's fucking true. The truth hurts. You want to sit there and pin it on one man? I said it beginning 2 years ago, we would go into a recession if these stimulus checks kept coming. They're pumping money just to support the fucking grocery stores and electronic companies, because the electronic companies like Walmart and everyone else was in cahoots with the government. We give stimulus checks to someone gives stimulus checks to someone else. Those stimulus checks pays for groceries or goods and services, which they did. Someone made out like a bandit. You see? Then recession happened. But a recession was planning to happen anyways. Because, let me put it to you this way. From everything I have looked at over the books, okay, and I'm not an expert here, but because Obama was inheriting what George Bush Jr. was getting out of, the recession happened. They could have sped the recession up and blamed it on Obama because they didn't like black president. No one knows, you see. Now that they got Krusty Joe's as president, Vice President Biden, Barack Obama's vice president's now our president. They want to still blame him for all this crap too, Obama and Biden. You know what? Country might have profited or did more. But a lot of these Democrats at least had jobs, but now they don't even want to go to work because they think living off the government teat and being afraid of children. I mean, a lot of people are saying they're not going to let their kids go to school unless it goes to a special school where the teachers can't carry a gun. Think about it. That's on the freaking. That's the latest news right now. My kids ain't gonna go to a school where the teacher, the staff's packing guns. Sorry, that's what you want. Choose that. Opt out. A lot of people are opting out. They're saying they want full gun control. Republicans and Democrats. The women are like, look, I'm not sending my kid back to a war zone until they make tighter gun controls. Yeah, if the Republicans do nothing, they're going to vote Democrat to get the gun control. If they get Roe versus Wade, there's going to be basically a majority who's going to do what they can to make sure that they're not enslaved to man again, where they're the common housewife. Think of it. This is their fears. You got two sides of the story. The only side I'm seeing is the fear side. I don't see the other side. Now, I can't explain the whole grocery store thing, okay? I'm doing a lot of research. It's basically freaky that our stores in blue states, are literally, I mean, what's it like in your stores? I mean, no one talks about other stores. I mean, I get reports. Pee-wee sent me reports, and Higgins sent me reports, but I can't even get a report from my own cousin in Texas. My aunt won't even write me. It's like they literally wrote me off because of whatever stinking reason, Probably Pee Wee's right, jealousy maybe. But let's just go see the comments. So, because I'm getting a headache on this, so let's see. Also, stocked up walnut, fully cooked grape by itself cheese. Well, that's California. Good morning, Pee Wee. I'm not going to be here too long. Problem is the numbers in Washington aren't showing up. That's the thing. Republican Congress trying to run for office again is posting catalytic converters and posting stuff about hospitals. Apparently, the old place I used to live in, Moses Lake, doesn't have a shortage of anything, for what I understand. Nor is Wenatchee. I mean, so certain states are having problems, certain states aren't. I'm just basically stating I got to do some more research, and I'm going to be spending probably 12 hours or more. Brandis Kritchemer. Yeah, all right, I get it, okay. And look, Pee Wee, we're not going to go round and round this morning. I already said it. We're going to see how well the fall happens, okay? All I'm saying is we got to wait and see. That's all I'm doing is I'm waiting and seeing. I'm living month by month. If I die in between, then good Lord took me home. But my point being, sis, is we have to wait and see what happens. If they're going to drag Roe versus Wade out to the last minute, then the voters are going to go out in droves. I mean, literally, they know this could cripple the entire country. I've seen the visions myself, either or. If they left it alone, we wouldn't have this problem. And now they want to blame Roe versus Wade. See, they want to make women, apparently, for what I understand, women are supposed to be sex slaves again. Remember sex slaves? Back in the day when they were at home and they couldn't go out to work, they're trying to get women to be housewives again. But even if you have women being housewives, what happens to the economy? It's crippled. All the jobs are gone anyways due to China. Wait to see by the fall. Yes, I know. That's all we can do is wait. But it also depends on the gas, too. Remember, I'm not blaming Biden. I'm blaming both parties. That's the thing. Our oil was gone. Our oil is gone, and yet there's people out there traveling every weekend, apparently, to this island as a tourist trap. They don't care. Truckers paying so much. Yeah, and you know what? The other problem is China's delaying it too. It's taking longer. And by the way, the backed up thing, let me put it this way. Biden is not fucking at fault for the fucking shipping problem. You know who the fault is for the fucking shipping problem at the harbors? It's the fucking people, the lazy people. The lazy people don't work. If you had a team of people, 100, 200, 500,000, 10,000 people working that fucking harbor, they'd have those fucking ships move. But we don't have the money for we don't have the money for the chassis. And there's no money to buy new rigs. So, the thing is, we got to wait and see. That's my whole point. My point is I got to spend all night tonight researching and finding out why most of the blue states have all their stuff completely stocked. I mean, literally, it's all the blue states that are running out. Red states running out. I mean, I've been looking at the numbers today. I got up late, maybe like 3 hours of sleep. I'm exhausted, but I'm doing the research for the people. But, the thing is, as I was told today, if I keep lacking sleep and stuff, eventually they might basically do an involuntary treatment on me due to the fact that I'm mentally unstable, due to the fact I'm doing all this research for you and putting my own health at jeopardy. That's what the sheriff said today, due to the fact that I had to do a lot of research, by the way. Truckers, so no destination money due to cost and industry stability. I don't know, and I don't care about destiny weddings. Frankly, I don't give two shits about destiny weddings. Part of the challenge with the gas tax, of course, it funds the roads. Look, I don't buy the whole we funded the roads infrastructure thing too. Thing is the money was spent on foolish crap. Think of it. Our power grid could go down. We're fucking screwed. Literally, they can put an EMP apparently that would melt all the fucking nuclear power plants in the area because the nuclear power plants are 70 or 80 years old. Roads, we just did a bit. Yeah. Lindsey Graham talks out his ass. I do consider Nestle Toll House semi-sweet chocolate morsels a dry good as well as shaved. I don't support the gas tax anyways. You see, in our state, they're now trying to pass they're trying to pass that you can't drive a gas car. You have to fucking think. The problem is it ain't the gas tax. You know what the fucking problem is? I'll tell you what the problem is. Problem is Biden's trying to transition you all to fucking electric, but no one's going to fucking buy into it. They're about to take arms just because they're going to tell them where to stick it when it comes to fucking, the American people are going to revolt soon if they're told they got to fucking drive a gas car and they got to accept a man being a fucking woman. That's the truth. A man becomes a woman and they're like, oh, you got to accept me. I've got a beaver and I'm more woman than Pee-wee. Bullshit. Pee-wee's had kids. More woman my ass, Yeah, that's one reason why Dinky basically, I think, is not talking also is because they're fucking pushing the tranny thing. The tranny issue is a fucking commie issue. That's the fucking problem. The gay issue is a commie issue. We were better off in the country with it mostly closed, but no, nowadays it's different. I saw this about the gas tax. Well, here it's the electric problem. They're trying to transition us to electric, and the only way they're going to do is cripple us. But as Russia and China said in their reports, how do you transition to electric and gas when the batteries are too expensive? No one's going to fucking pay for the batteries unless they make the batteries $100 and the car $100. And then everyone gets a fucking car for a communist price. They will not give us the tax. How going green is what's good. Yes, that's what I just explained, Pee Wee. See, I haven't gone through all the comments yet. I keep stopping to answer people. Going green is what's killing us. What's also killing us is the fact that we're not getting anywhere because of this. I mean, look, we got to look at the big picture. Why blue states are fully stocked. I went to 2 groceries. I went everywhere today. So I got very little sleep, and yet I got to look at. And then yet, stores are short. Yeah, well, guess what? They must be in a red county because in blue counties are just fine. For what I understand, all the blue counties are just fine. Our hospital just got restocked yesterday, apparently. So they got their shipments in yesterday here on the Island Hospital. They're fucking full up to the fucking max. They top up every fucking week. So unless the blue states are fucking taking the red states or the red county supply and demand, I don't know what the fuck's going on with supplies. Because frankly, the way I have understand it, the only shortages we're having by the sheriff is guns and ammo and food, due to the fact that every freaking redneck killjack's prepping, apparently, by the sheriff's own wording. I hate debating too, but the facts are there. I mean, I went into the grocery store. The ramen is basically full. The entire aisles are all literally full and topped up. So why we're seeing it, that's the different thing. So my thing is I understand from Amazon that the redneck killjacks are not delaying shipment, but at the same time, it's a worker shortage. The only thing I can see happening in the next month to 6 weeks is food stamps run out, the extended, and then they all go back to work because right now they think that's the new wave of coronavirus is going to hit. Yeah, but women are also loud saying that their rights are being taken away for Roe versus Wade. So they want the abortion. They might not be able to get it without being charged for murder in their own state that they live in because they had an abortion, you see. And word gets around eventually. So the woman will be charged and the doctors might be charged. Literally, they're basically taking away the doctors that are doing abortion. Think about it that way. They're trying to cripple it. What's next? They're going to pass a law. Sex changers are banned, and anyone who has a sex change gets life in prison. Anyone who performs a sex change gets the death penalty. I mean, literally, think of it from that point of view. It'd be interesting, though, wouldn't it, in this country? I mean, literally. Thing is, we just gotta wait and see. That's why I'm here, but I'm exhausted too. I'm getting exhausted doing the research. Yeah, well, California is, but why isn't Washington? Connections in Oregon. I just got to talk to a friend of mine in Oregon, Hillsboro, and Forest Grove, and those areas are all topped up and full. They're topped to the top as peaked up can be. I mean, literally. I mean, people are cutting corners on their spending to a bit, for restaurants, but everything is freaking topped up out there. I mean, I don't know what the issue is. I got to find out if it's a politic thing. I mean, scares me. That's the truth. That's why I decided to do this video. Okay, so you'll be right back. Okay, let's just continue. California, well, like I said, California is running out, but that I don't know what county you're in or nothing. All I know is everything that's pointing to any county that's red or any state that's red apparently is running out. Anything that's in blue apparently is different. We are being way behind China in technology. Well, China is ahead of technology, but China is also under lockdown for 1.1 billion. Can't argue that one. The only thing I can argue is I'm losing sleep like crazy because the sheriff keeps telling me that they want to commit me soon if I keep losing sleep over something they consider completely psychotic. They said not one person on this fucking island's prepping. They've heard the rumors about me prepping like crazy and stockpiling stacks and stacks. They also said that's why they figured I'm insane because I don't leave my house and protecting my food, lock, stock, and barrel. They rumor also there's a funny rumor too that I heard too. I think the hospital spun it. This rumor was the funniest rumor in the world, I tell you. Apparently, somehow, somewhere, I can't afford, which I can't. Apparently, I have a supposedly 2 to 4 minimum single barrels. Jokingly, is what single barrels of in my basement of bourbon. Now, if anyone knows, you buy a barrel of whiskey, you don't get the freaking barrel unless you pay like an extra $10,000 for the barrel. Yet they drain the barrel completely of every last drop and let it dry before they ship it to you. So what you end up with is just giant boxes and boxes and boxes of booze. So apparently I'm hoarding booze in here and I'm not letting anyone in. Supposedly by the townsfolk's own opinion. I just thought I'd share that with you. Stockton? Okay, well, you're Blue County, so it doesn't make sense. That's the thing. Why do you think I'm doing research? I mean, everywhere I go in Washington, pretty much. I just left today out and about to get exercise because someone named Pee Wee told me to get out more. My cousin Corey's being a dick telling me to get out more. He hasn't messaged or Tara hasn't messaged, so, Anyways, enough about that. So, for the store, there might be higher prices, but they got to bring it in by ferry. So, they get charged more money because of freight. Freight costs more. I mean, literally, it cost me $400 for a U-Haul truck to drive across the island, Simple. I think we're not. I don't know what to think. Okay, there's the truth. The truth is, I don't know what to think right now because I'm basically seeing. You. I mean, let's put it this way: I'm gonna prep no matter what, but things can change between then and November. Things can change. It could be a blue wave. It could be a red wave. If there's a red wave, inflation and recession goes away. I bet you. I'm betting you my bottom dollar right now. I'll send you my bottom dollar. I'll even send you my top dollar. That inflation and recession, when the red wave hits, will go away. Literally. Now, if it's a blue wave because Roe versus Wade, I bet you my bottom and top dollar, it'll stay. You see? There's a method to my madness here, but I got to do research on it. I mean, literally, think of the freaking, think of the last recession they're talking about, right? Obama got in. They said we'd have a recession if he got in. They said this, I remember clearly. Why do you think I got hammered with Uncle Donnie? Uncle Donnie said to me, is it Hot Rod? They're going to blame everything on the black man. Now, those are his exact words. They're going to blame everything on the black man. I said, but you don't like the black man. I was in a bar with several people I know. They're buying drinks. And they said the black man's going to be blamed for everything that the Republicans fucking did and stupidly did. Our country's hurting because of this housing bubble. But you know what? The housing bubble of 2008 recession was caused by Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter wanted everyone to frickin' have a house in the late 70s. So, then, from 78 to 2008, what's that, 30 years? Yeah, 30 years? Yeah, 30 years. Housing bubble one. Now they're talking another housing bubble. Why? See where it's going? I mean, look, I don't know what to make of it, but I keep telling you, prep no matter what. Now, if I go disappearing, the hospital probably locked me away because of whatever. I'm just warning you, okay? I do nothing but pure research 24/7. or nearly 24/7. And I give you guys time to basically hear what I have to say, but there you have it. Now, I know Pee-wee doesn't... Pee-wee I love dearly as a sister, but I know Pee-wee does not have any magical wand or words of advice if I get committed due to the fact that they want to lock me up, due to the fact I'm telling you all to prep, you see. It doesn't make sense. Doors are freaking filled. But if I end up in the loon bin for 10 years because they say I'm deemed psychotic due to the fact I'm telling you when to prep, there's a problem right there, you know. All the shipments that are on, yes, I know all the shipments are, but even so, they still have over 2 million containers that haven't been unloaded yet. There's not enough chassis. Again, not enough chassis. Everyone is over. The thing is, there's not overloads. The thing is it's not really overloads. I mean, look, from the ports to the warehouses, it's taking about 9 months. So basically, unloading is going to take 9 to 18 months. By the time 9 to 18 months, think of it this way: it could be that they can contain this if they have a red wave, hypothetically. And if a red wave happens, that means they can contain it 9 to 18 months. They can delay it. Look at Chairman Powell. Oh well, we need a couple years to get inflation under the control. It'll be under control by the next president. Yeah, because he's a Republican. See, there is something there. I mean, they're basically doing something. They couldn't have Donald Trump win, so Donald Trump's using the recession tool to his advantage, like Obama is what I think's happening. But I need to do research before I make this stick. Right now, I say prep because every time something happens, everyone preps. They blame everyone else, and then I've heard the complaints about the grocery store people basically saying that these people started eating up everything they bought. Their savings went down because they were stockpiling food, and all of a sudden, you know, I mean, think of it this way. Amazon turned around, told me they couldn't supply me my other ramens that I ordered till February, September minimum. And and currently they say you can place an order and they might have it in by July 10th or something. But I ain't waiting till July 10th when they already took the money out. So I told them, you better put it back on the food cart or unpress charges. What'd they do? Now they're making me wait. They say they have to process the order and it'll take 7 to 14 days. Meanwhile, the fucking people are living off the interest of whatever because these fucking douche snoggles are fucking screwing people over one way or another. If you don't have the product in, you put in a thing, sold out. Don't lower it to $3 for a case of ramen and then turn around and be like, we're sorry, we can't get it until September. I hope you still want to wait for it. Do I want to wait for it? No. And the other problem is prices is going up. I mean, literally, Kroger is taking stuff. People are sucked up all the... Thing is people are turning around and going to Kroger and Walmart, Fred Meyer, not Walmart, Kroger, Fred Meyer, other places, buying the flavorful ramens for like $6 a case, as many as they can get their grubby hands on, and then turning around and charging $20 a case for it, and shipping it directly to Walmart, as long as it's not expired, and having Walmart ship it out as shipped by a Walmart, but it's a third-party seller. So the third-party sellers charging $20 a case, well, they paid $6 for it. I know how it's working. We got scalping. They got to make a living somehow, because why do you think these fucking people are scalping? Every scalper in the fucking country that's scalping right now is scalping because they don't want to fucking go to work. Think of it that way. You want truth? You want facts? Go look around. People don't want to work. If they can fucking scalp off $300-400 on a fucking order while you pay more for food, they'll scalp it like crazy. That's the other thing. Some of these scalpers are stacked up with fucking food like crazy in their garage and basements. They're fucking turning around and making a profit while you're paying for it. They're reaping the rewards while you're paying for it. That's why I told people to not worry about scalping, or I lose my head. Everything happens first and it spreads the other. Well, maybe, but right now I'm not worried about Washington. I'm more worried about the shipping. Look, You may have lightened up your prepping, but the problem is I think what's going to happen is I'm going to forecast this, okay? I'm going to basically make a prediction. I may be wrong on it, but I'm making a prediction. So hear me as I make the prediction. My prediction's this. By fall, Pee-wee's going to probably sit there and be, uh-oh. As my dad would say, I'm the YouTube prophet. Now, that's what he jokes about now. Rita's the YouTube prophet. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm not prophesizing. It isn't from God, but I'm predicting about a 90% chance that by the time fall comes around, you're either not going to be able to order shit or the shipping's going to be so damn bad it's going to be backed up. So you got two theories. Prediction one is, hypothetically, or plan one is, no one's going to be getting anything in fall. The shipping's at a grinding halt, which means your food products completely stripped. Two, at that point, Amazon's going to turn around and basically say, we will ship out what is necessary for survival, right? And three, I'm predicting that the companies and their countries or companies like Walmart, which you're a plan of, Costco, other places are going to start putting pickup orders only, which means if you can't pick up your fucking order, they're not mailing it to you because they're going to be basically monitoring who, basically it's like a food rationing system is what I'm thinking, Don't quote me, but that's what I think. Yeah, so fall, my prediction is either food rationing or shipping's going to be the point where people are going to go pay more for the grocery stores because they can't wait. Because either old people are going to wait online for their orders, and the old people are going to die of starvation due to the fact that the orders are being delayed, or they're going to go to the store and they're going to get gouged or ripped off more. So, so technically my prediction is it doesn't look good. But we'll know in fall. But if we don't have, thing is, if you don't stop prepping and you don't have enough to get through winter, you're fucking screwed. Plain and simple, people. So just think about it that way. I got a lot of research to do, but I didn't even see Pee-wee's reaction when I got threatened by the sheriff to be locked up for my insane hobby of prepping, apparently. That event happens to the spreads to others. It's prime lending, not 6%. Sure glad I have fixed mortgage. So many products at the market, food-wise, will be close to expiration by the time they hit stores. Sales will happen. That's good. Yeah, if there is any sales, I agree there. But still, I agree 100% of the situation, Pee-wee. The problem is we got to wait and see. Literally, we have to wait and see. They canceled my order for me. That's what I was trying to explain. Walmart canceled my order. Or not Walmart. Amazon canceled my order due to the fact that they said it'd be coming in September. I got like 12 cases or 16 cases of ramen or something. It was like $5 for $5 and some cents. They're saying it'll come in July, like July 15th or something. But they emailed me today saying that they wanted to cancel my order due to the fact that the delivery date is September. And I basically turned around and went to the chat this morning and told them, look, if it's going to be September 15th, my mom's birthday, to get me my fucking food, you might as well just fucking put canceled. But no, they want to take everyone's food stamps and live off the interest as long as possible due to the fact that Amazon's greedy. The warehouses can't keep in stuff. The supply and demand is not there for certain items. They keep selling items that's not available, and I think the government's going to have to step in eventually and say, look, if you can't get an item, you put sold out, not available. Most stores do that, like Kroger and Fred Meyer, but Amazon, they just keep dragging it down as long as possible. Stores are gouging. People are, yes, I know. I just said that people are lazy asses. I'm predicting that there's I predict many outcomes, but there's not very many possible outcomes. I'm not worrying about my fucking order. I think they watch my videos, yeah, due to the fact that apparently, in the past, they got a hold of the channel due to the fact that certain people, I don't know if it was Gail or not, someone gave them the link. And since then, I'm now looked at as a crazy, insane crackpot due to the fact it's the only thing I can do, you know. And yeah, I mean, they've literally said that, you know, I thought maybe they're doing it to control the situation. Insane person, you know, tells truth, they lock him up. Well, I have a feeling that they're doing two things. They're watching my videos, Pee Wee and Second Liz. The former sheriff used to be a fucking is not the UPS driver, so I think he's basically he's watching all the shipments coming in, heavy loads and everything else, canned goods, and the fact that I have a camera at my door and I don't leave tells you what they need to know. You know, sis. They're saying, "Oh, look, Rita's not left. Rita hasn't left." You know. I mean, look, every one of the neighbors here is already figuring I'm prepping anyways due to the fact I never come out. I mean, literally, my other neighbor, she'd prep, but she doesn't have any money to prep. Apparently, her idea was different, but you get the idea, right? Yeah, well, that's because we're a small community of 7,000. We live in a goldfish bowl, as the APS lady said. Everyone knows everything. My opinion, sis, it's utterly bullshit. I mean, literally, I try to stay away from people. I try to be a fucking hermit. I mean, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Anyways, you know, that's the thing. They get into people's business. Why do you think I never leave? And when I do leave, everyone wants to talk to me. I mean, you wouldn't believe the other day I'm sitting there, right? I got a packed pipe, you know, I'm smoking it. No, not a crack pipe, a packed pipe tobacco. And I'm sitting there trying to smoke my pipe, and these fucking chatterboxes won't shut up. Why do you think I stay indoors? You walk outside, you got all these people sitting there going, "Oh, hurry, where have you been?" I mean, literally, the other day I was sitting down the street today, right? I was doing this, right? I was sitting there with this, right? And this is custom made one from Czechoslovakia. My husband had it made for me. He had two made for me. And I'm sitting there puffing away on it, right? And there's these guys sitting there going, "Oh, is that a Peterson?" I said, "No, this is a Czechoslovakian made one. There's a mark right there where you couldn't get it out from the briar. But you know what? It's got character. Right? A little pot. It looks like a little Popeye pipe. You know, it's a little barrel pipe, right? They call them barrels." Anyways, he turns around. And he's like, "I'm trying to enjoy my pipe, you know," and everyone fucking stopped me. "Oh, you know, that smells no good," and they go on and on and on. It's like, I mean, now I'm not gonna. It's Father's Day. I'm not gonna go into details of everything, but I do want to make a statement that I told Chloe today, which one of the neighbors asked me, "Oh, is it true when you point to Chloe's room?" She goes. I said, "Yeah, I point like this, like this. That means go to your fucking room," and she does it too. So you treat her like a child. You have to. So I'm like the father and the mother rolled into one. I'm also, you know, apparently Higgins messaged me this morning, told me to pull out the bun bun, give the bun bun two kisses as for Father's Day. How did Higgins point it? Because it's Father's Day. So he said, "Time to make the donuts. Happy Father's Day. Give the kids a hug." Hopper says wants two hugs. Hopper says he wants two hugs. See, Hopper wants two hugs. Okay, it's Father's Day, so let's move his food bowl out of here. Needs to clean his cage again. Come here. So apparently you request two hugs. Is that what you want for Father's Day? Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. See? He's getting more than two hugs. Hi. What? Oh, yeah. You're being protected. You're protected. Yeah, you're protected. Just thought I'd spend a minute with you, say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, huh? Well, I will say Happy Father's Day for Dan. You can let him know I'm thinking of him. Hell, you want to know how bad it is? I'll tell you something that's sad. Pee-wee. I want to share something with you. A personal. You know how sad I am today? I want to show you something that I don't share with anyone. Let me email it to you first. I need to check on something. And then I want to tell you a story. I hope you will lend an ear. I'll tell you the story when I pull up what I'm going to do, okay, by email. But before I do that, I want to share something with you while I'm doing it in between. I need the numbers. Dude, can I just fucking get this properly? I hate when this fucking does this. I hate when they do this, It's like basically trying something and they won't let you do it. Here we go. They hide the folder. Okay, so let me see what I'm looking for. Is it this one or this one? I think it's this one, right? $6.50. Let me see. Yeah, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Nope. Okay, wrong answer. Don't know where I put it. Hold on a sec. Yeah, here we go. So it is 365 JPG. 365 JP. Is this it? Gotta look. Yes, here we go. 365 JPE. I will send it off to Sister Pee-wee now. And then I'll tell you the story when I'm ready. I bought 3 Father's Day cards, Pee-wee. 3. You know what happened? Know what he said? Send one to Corey. Being nice. There. That should go. I found it. Anyways, sent one to Corey. No reply. Ever since the whole pillow thing, Dinky and Corey's been silent as silent can be for over 2 weeks. Nothing from my Aunt Aya either. Sent her a letter asking her how Texas is doing, how the pandemic's doing, how supply and demand's doing. Just, little boots on the ground research. Nothing. No reply, nothing. Sent a card to my uncle. Nothing. Then, the only one that appreciated my card was my father-in-law. That's sad. 3 cards I sent out. People don't even acknowledge my existence anymore. Yeah, I was thinking of playing a game for a long, long time, Well, I sent you a picture of my dad. Well, that's all I wanted is to, that there I sent you, You know. Yeah, 53. Working on the first Gulf War, apparently. He was in Marine Corps. He was Korean. Can you believe that? He fought the Korean War. My mom died in 2010 at 67. My grandmother died at 67. Uh, I don't remember when my uncle died. I think he died at 67 too. There's a family curse at 67, jokingly, But Dad died at 53. My aunt died in her 70s. Apparently, she was she was in the Marines too. All she made was private first class, But still, at least that's something, right? At least I could say, But remember, my dad take me when he did have time with me. It was great time, But my dad had so many skills from being in the military, Military intelligence, naval intelligence, army intelligence, special warfare, Green Berets. You do know that thing next to his name thing, Pee Wee? I think it's there. Let me see. Hold on a sec. Let me look. Uh, yeah, someone ripped it off. Apparently, there used to be a thing on there for an insignia for airborne. It was 82nd. Apparently, he was 82nd Airborne. You know. But anyways, apparently, what saddened me the most, Pee Wee, was I sent 3 cards out, sent letters out, nothing. I mean, between you and I can tell you this in the email, but you're here right now, so I'll just tell it as is. I lost my motivation to write. I've lost my motivation to even message my own cousin ever since she called me a bloody freeloading mooch. I've lost the ability, you know. That's something I wanted to share with you. I lost the ability to write. Usually, you know, I'm so wrapped up in prepping that's all I've been doing, research and everything else, and waiting for a reply from my family that I just lost motivation. Yeah, well, my uncle, my dad was in the airborne and Green Berets too by his own DD 214 file that I've seen. He had a military clearance on top secret projects too, so he was in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, so I can understand Green Berets. They say the most consummate warrior in the world is Navy SEALs. I doubt that. Personally, I just don't trust the U.S. military anyway. Look at it. Well, I can't say anything negative. I didn't know your brother, so but I know I was always proud of my dad. Served Korea, served Vietnam. My granddad served Vietnam, Korea, and World War II. My great granddad served World War I, World War II in Korea, so we were all we were a military family, but still makes me sad. You know what saddens me besides my family? That it looks like they turned away. That they didn't want to believe the prophecy that I did about Biden and Harris. Prophecy in Georgia too. And yet, there's too many arguments on YouTube over it. Now look. Oh, the light bulb finally burned out, I think. Or did it weasel its way out? Let me look. No, that means I gotta go buy some light bulbs soon. We still got 3 to go, so slowly but surely each one will slowly flicker out. Wonder how much that's gonna cost me. You see, I can be humorous at times too, but yeah, well, I still grieve daily for my husband. That's the only thing I grieve. My mom, she's in a better place. My uncle's in a better place. My other uncle, all my family that's died, but so is my dad. But me, have you ever noticed when you walk through a cemetery, see all these old headstones? They call them monument headstones, or it says "Here lies our beloved father or beloved mother," yada yada yada, and you stop, right? And you look at him. This is something that I've noticed. I used to walk through a few cemetery daily, and I'd put flowers on my grandmother's grave. And I'd go through the cemetery to people, and I'd stop, and I'd think, who's this person? What did they do in their life? Well, whatever it is, best of luck, buddy. And I bet you they're sitting there smiling as someone stopped to look at their grave because all those people in the cemetery, unless you're a celebrity or forgotten people, they're just forgotten people. Family dies and people forget them. It's like my aunt. She's been put into a mausoleum too, Marine Corps. People look at her and they put flowers because she's a veteran, but they're wondering, who is she? What did she do? And then there's people that don't have graves, they're cremated. I told Dad that when I die, I want Aaron's be on my headstone, with me, because he'll be buried with me. That's sick what they did. Breaking in and stealing your purse. I remember that. Remember you had to go to the bank and stuff. That was hard on you, sis. A lot's been hard on me lately. I'll tell you something. I'll say something out of love. keys. I saw them on the floor the other day, but did Chloe take them again? No, I don't think Chloe did. Anyways, I want to know where my keys went. I'll find them eventually again, I hope. Thought I saw on the floor the other day, but oh, here they are. Anyways, what I wanted to say, Pee-wee, is going to be hard for the subscribers that are with me and prepping with me. Because I think you might be right, you know. I might have to give up YouTube for a while again. That was something I started YouTube up again for Dinky, but she's not watching anymore, and you know, but she ain't replying to my letters or anything either. So to me, I thought about giving up for a while. You know, I mean, when they basically post like welfare check, they're like sheriff post doing welfare check on famous YouTuber on the island. Didn't know I was that famous, you know. I thought about going to gaming for like a month or so. There's a lot to do with my game, you know, and that might lower things, you know, but it might keep people off my back too. I know you probably are sitting there thinking, really? Well, yeah. I mean, you know, I had the sheriff turn around, one of the young sheriffs. Nice kid, though. You know, he turned around and says, you should basically go back to gaming. You know, he knew I was online gaming, but I just lost the motivation with my guild mates, basically screwed me over. So then I took a long hiatus, you know, when I was doing YouTube. But with these fucking people watching me all the time, the other day I must have had like 9 people watching at once. I was like, who the fuck is 9 people not commenting? You know, and then I go out, you know, and to me, I thought about taking a break from it, you know. Father thing, come here. No, don't run away from me. Last time you ran away from me, you know what happened. Come here. No, you're going on YouTube. Yeah, you're going to go on YouTube. See, Pee-wee already saw your brother. Pee-wee didn't see you, so don't run away from me. You're a good doggy, aren't you? Hello, everyone. My name is Moppy. I have 2 pieces of news that's really interesting to share with you all here on my mommy's channel. It's Happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there. My mom's a father to me since Daddy's not around. Daddy would have had a steak dinner tonight, and instead, Mommy's, you know how Mommy is. So tonight, Mommy's thinking about making up some leftover barbecued ribs she cooked. Pull it out, let them defrost, and throw them on the barbecue sauce. Yum, yum. Anyways, the 2 pieces of info I want to share with you is this. Chloe, trying to be nice, started to buy 2 50-pound bags of dog food. I think it's 50 pounds. Apparently, Walmart didn't deliver. So we had to go through Amazon, the gift cards that she got for birthdays, Christmas, and holidays. Because of it, they're not delaying my dog food. If I run out, I'll be eating tuna again. But at least I know it's coming. I also want my buckets and buckets of doggy snacks that finally I'm getting. T-bones and little hamburgers and stuff. But again, no one knows when it's coming. I'm so depressed. Yeah. Come here. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, like I said. Yeah, I will eat Good, sis. Since Zoe came back, I'll stay for a little bit since Zoe's here, and then you enjoy your day. And by the way, tell Dan I'm thinking of him. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about Dan today, but I also was thinking about my own misery today. Pee Wee, like I said, with no one sending cards. I don't know. Maybe I'll have ribs. I have no clue what I want to do. And you're right. I need to take a break. But I do have email, so you can always email me, sis. You know this. So enjoy your day, Pee Wee. Zoe, I don't know how long you're going to be here, so, I'm here for a bit, I guess. I don't want to be here. I was planning the game straight through, but, I decided to get on, Zoe, due to the fact that someone needed to talk about this whole problem. No, it's just I was going to game. That's all. I was just going to game when I got off. And as Pee Wee said while you were gone, I should take a break because the sheriff basically wanted to involuntary me for mentally being ill, doing so much research, But the truth is, Zoe, let me tell you the truth. And I don't sugarcoat it, right? Is no one knows the facts, Well, I'm kind of miserable because let me tell you the story, okay? I sent my cousin, who's like a brother and a father, and he's my cousin. He looked after me, and so I sent him a Father's Day card. No reply, nothing. Not even thanks for the card or hey, how you doing? Nothing. Just dead silent. Ever since I got my pillows and sheets from Pee Wee, as you know, my family thinks of me as a bloody freeloading mooch or moocher. Then I sent a card to my uncle who raised me when my mom worked 3 jobs. I thanked him for him doing what he did. I sent him a card, right? No reply from my aunt saying, oh, thanks for the card. Nothing. Then I sent my aunt a letter. Nothing. Paid the postage, everything. Nothing. Mailbox dead as a mackerel. Nothing from Tinky, nothing from my cousin or my cousin-in-law, nothing from my cousin, nothing from my aunt or uncle. The only one that got my my Father's Day card that appreciated was my father-in-law, who has sent a money order to get him a steak dinner at Longhorns or Outback. Yeah, the sheriff. See, I went out today, and the sheriff saw me and basically says, "We know you're prepping, and I'm insane for it, and I can't keep doing research. I mean, literally, I get information from other contacts, and yet the problem is I don't know if the sheriff is trying to quell stores being depleted or if there really are no problems." I mean, literally, the sheriff turned around and said during the Obama administration, Obama got the blame for everything George H. Bush or George W. Bush did, So basically, and because of it, people prepped. But then when Donald Trump came in, no one prepped. But now that Biden basically supposedly caused a recession, people are prepping again. They're like, oh, we're going to go into a recession. We're going to die. We're going to do this. There's people quoting the Bible, right? And people are like, oh, our power grid needs to be rebuilt and we need this and we need to do that. We're going to be screwed. But if you look at the facts, this is something I was doing research on last night to the wee hours of the way, way early morning before I went out this morning. I won't tell you. Someone actually invited me for breakfast. That's why I went out this morning. I'm a little exhausted, but everyone is saying it's Republican states that are running out of stuff. You're in a blue state, so I don't know what's going on in your state. I mean, you heard Pee Wee. Oh, we're in a blue state. We're a blue county, and yet everything's sold out. And, the thing is, but here everything is fucking filled to the brim. They keep topping it up. Pee Wee's answer is, that the shipments are being delivered right now from the harbor. But once that runs out in fall, we're going to run out of stuff. But the restock everything right now is currently 9 months out. They're basically saying 9 months out plus. Thing is I've been doing so much research. So being miserable is the fact that no letters, no cards, nothing from other family members, and yet at the same time, I'm prepping like crazy on stuff I can get, and yet I keep saying Walmart, Amazon keeps sending me messages saying this order and that order's been delayed due to the fact that there's a supply issue or not enough workers or whatever. Otherwise, my order would have been filled in 3 days. Instead, I got to wait 6 weeks. So they thought it'd be best to cancel for me, refund, which is 7 to 14 days refund. In the meantime, I got to sit back and wait, Because I don't drive, no one needs to worry about gas prices. They're like, oh, yeah, there's gas prices as big as. I mean, look, I do think Russia had something to do with us having the recession because all our oil and gas was sold. All our oil was sold to other countries, and we were importing Russian oil. Now that we're not importing Russian oil, we have to pay more because our reserves are empty, you see. And so because of it, people are saying, well, truckers are not working because they're getting the short end of the stick because they got to pay more gas because it's coming out of their profits. I mean, there's a lot of facts that I got to check, and it's getting to the point, Zoe, that it's getting harder and harder to check, You know. I don't know what to make of it. Just you and Pee-wee, and Pee-wee just left due to the fact that she has things to do, but she thinks I need to take a long break from YouTube due to the fact that it's the sheriff's watching me, so she thinks I need to go underground, but also to still keep prepping. But at the same time, ribs and shrimp tonight? Maybe I'll do ribs. This is ribs, right? Yeah, these are ribs. These are ribs. There's some other ribs too, I think. This is ribs. Yeah, these two things are ribs. Tomorrow I could do a corned beef. So these two are ribs. Got some extra barbecue sauce and just make up ribs, leftover ribs maybe. I had a good Father's Day. The only thing I said sad was I sent cards out, and the only one who was appreciative of it was my father-in-law. Simple, because I was talking to the sheriff today. The sheriff stopped me when I was in town and said, look, you got to stop talking about prepping. The facts are wrong, is what he said. He said, you're basically making yourself sick and insane, is what the sheriff said. He said, we don't want to involuntary you, but we could due to the fact that you're insane. I mean, you're going so far right, supposedly, or whatever, that you're basically believing everything. He says the stores, because I went into the stores, they're full. The stores were full, the shops are full, everything was fully stocked up, and Pee-wee said, oh, well, that's because they're getting the containers, they're unloading the containers, but what if the containers run out? Then we're delayed. The thing is the only thing I'm picking up, Zoe, is the red states are running out of stuff. I mean, look, Texas is out of stuff, and Kansas is out of stuff, and Oklahoma is out of stuff, and Nebraska, and South Dakota, and North Dakota. My sister, who works at Walmart, says there is no shortages. The only shortages is the redneck killjacks, in her opinion, are purchasing everything, sucking everything up like a vacuum cleaner. So basically, my sister said the only ones that are literally worried and sucking up everything is the Reds, the Republicans. She said that, she went to try to buy a head of cow the other day and they raised it up $4,000 because they can't get slots for processing the meat right now due to the fact that everyone's fucking sucking up everything. She said we wouldn't be in this pandemic. She said the last time this happened was during the recession when everyone was stockpiling then. But once Donald Trump got in, things slowed down for 4 years. And all of a sudden, she said it also happened in the 90s when Clinton was running. So, my sister said the only crime that's happening is we buy too much food. We're going to have to eat it up before the expiration date. I've lived in 2 years. I've lived on almost expired 20 stacks of ramen. I ate 20 crates of ramen, 24 packs of ramen. I ate them down so they didn't go to waste. And yet, the food bank said they would have taken it if I wasn't going to eat it because they don't want giving expired ramen to people. It's still good. But at the same time, I ate it all down. And yet, the sheriff says the reason we know you're prepping also is because you don't leave your house. And they know when shipping large boxes come, they usually know it's got food in it because, apparently the former sheriff, one of the former sheriffs, Doug, delivers for UPS. So everything comes UPS. So being prepared is no crime. But the thing is doing so much extensive research, losing sleep, doing research, cross-checking numbers, cross-checking the numbers, cross-checking the facts. That's what they're saying is making me sick and going into a overdrive of mania. Like I'm a polar opposite. I could be depressed one day, and I could spend 3-4 days gaming, and then I'm depressed for a week. So just the thing is they're claiming that right now I'm on the manic phase of, basically working around the clock, and they're saying, what's it doing for me? People listen, people won't listen. The people that don't listen, well, don't give them a chance. Then they told me I should just go game, Yeah, so Pee Wee's saying it'd be a good idea to take a break. So Higgins hasn't been on, Chris hasn't been on, no one has, even Dinky and Corey haven't been on, but they say I need to take a break, because of the things. Because, the problem is, if you get a ham radio, you need the tower to put it in. I said get a scanner. I didn't say ham radio. To have a ham radio, you have to take a course. And to take a course, you have to be certified by the federal government and have your own ham operator's license and have your own code so people know you. So you need to have like the 20 or 30 foot power tower in the backyard, which tracks lightning. And then you have to have all the licensing to have it. So I say get a scanner. I didn't say get a ham radio. Well, it's not that I don't need a break. It's the thing is I'm doing all this research, and the thing is what I'm really bothering, is how the sheriff says I will be looked at and looked down upon if the pandemic, if how they put it is, if the prepping has gone south, basically nothing happens. And then during the Clinton administration, the Republicans stockpiled. During the Bush administration, they didn't stockpile. During the Obama administration, they stockpiled. During the Trump administration, they didn't stockpile. During the Biden administration, they're stockpiling. You see, there's a pattern here. And I need to do research, Well, yeah, as long as you hit that bell notification, you should be able to know if I'm on, But the point is, a lot of these people are putting. The other thing is it fear tactics or it isn't? Look, during the Obama administration, they said The thing they could do to flip the seats red is to basically cause a recession. Think about it. That's what I was trying to talk about. It's a hypothetical. It's a theory. It's a theory I'm putting out there for everyone so they can think if it is worth prepping or not. I mean, Pee Wee said she's got enough stuff right now, but she said she doesn't have the long term for 6 months. So the question is, that's why I asked you, Zoe, what do you make of it? You haven't even said anything. You're like, go take a break. I'm taking a break. I'm gaming. As soon as I get off here, I got to talk to Chloe about what's for dinner, and then I'll go to game for the rest of the night, which means I won't be back tonight. I will go straight to the game, and I will stay with the game. Why do you think I have this handy dandy book? Hmm? You don't think I just sit here and be like, oh yeah, what am I working on anyways? I think I'm working on the summer months and the crops. Plus, I'm trying to get my house upgraded to, I got the lumber. I just need to freaking upgrade the house. The thing is, I don't know, that's the thing. Everyone keeps telling me to freaking go underground. It's like, just go underground. If I'm going to prep quietly, otherwise don't talk about it because in the end, it's making me look bad as how they're putting it. I mean, look, they say you can look at every redneck killjack that's prepping on YouTube and they're all being like, the thing is the way the sheriff said it is the numbers don't add up is what they're saying. And that's something I wanted to bring up. I mean, today I was watching a video. And Chloe, of course, she usually goes, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. But Chloe's like, shut up. I want to hear this. And then I finished up. Chloe said, we went to town. And and then we watched another video again later. I took a nap. And Chloe said, this doesn't make sense. And I said, what do you mean it doesn't make sense? She said, look, our stores are full. The red stores and the red jacks are basically causing trouble for people. They're basically using this as a platform to basically drum up support to turn it red. But at the same time, she said it best herself. She quoted you the other day on YouTube where she says, Zoe, that's what you call her. It's completely right. There's going to be a lot of pissed off women if their rights are taken away for abortions. They're going to vote blue wave. Blue's going to fucking overwhelm them. Why do you think they haven't published it yet in the Supreme Court? Because they're basically trying to find a way to walk it backwards so they can win. Because they're all Republican. If all those want justice, they're like, oh yeah, we're Catholic and Republican. I mean, literally, they're the ones crippling the country. If they just turned around and said, oh, we better walk it back and change our opinion to, then it's fine. But instead, they do this. They're basically opening the floodgates to a blue wave in November. Everyone sees it coming. Same goes with these parents wanting more tighter gun control so their kids can go to school. Right now, they're talking about keeping their kids out of school because they don't feel safe sending little Timmy and little Tina to school when they might be shot up, which is a good thought. But, the thing is I just was looking at pricing again. All these scalpers are taking all the stuff that people like to buy and they're raising the fucking price to the point where you can't compete, you know. Well, they don't want me basically prepping. That's the thing. And that's, you know, they think it's insane. They think if the grocery stores are filled here, Zoe, then there's no problems. Problem is, you got someone like outside sources, okay? This is how they see it. Outside sources, like other YouTubers, basically convincing everyone to prep because, you know, our country's going down the shitter. But the problem is how do you prep? How do you prep when you buy a case of ramen for $6 and then it's delayed for 6 months because you can't get your cases of ramen in, and then where you other places you go, the price is doubled or even tripled or even quadrupled. I mean, the scalpers are out in force. Will the prices go down? I don't know. The problem is no one knows what's going to happen, you know, Gabby. So, you know, the sheriff basically thinks, you know, because like I said, I went to town today. They think, you know, famous YouTubers basically causing pandemic. It feels like they're causing. Man, I'm not a famous YouTuber, but they're basically stating, you know, that you know it should be off the offline due to the fact, or at least use email only because, you know, I mean, I've asked for reports all over the country. My sister in Colorado, there's no shortages. She works at Walmart. Uh, Up here in Washington, there's no shortages. So I'm assuming it's only on red states. I mean, literally, these people are talking red states. I mean, blonde Rita. Yeah, well, I'm gray Rita. You know, Dinky hasn't even messaged me. You know, she called me free. Like, she called me a mooch the other day. That's why she stopped talking to me. See, moderator Pee Wee went out of her way and sent me sheets and new pillows. And the pillows are so comfortable. I'm sleeping on them like a baby. Anyways, basically, Zoe is, you know, I've stockpiled, I've restockpiled, I got more stockpiles, I got extra stockpiles. Hell, I probably got more mac and cheese than Tara J, you know, and that's saying something, you know. Not that, you know, Gabby will get the joke. Gabby and Tara J are friends, so, you know, but Gabby knows the joke. I got more mac and cheese than Tara J, you know, and yet I got more coming in, yet my ramen still have been canceled due to the fact that Amazon can't fill it. And Walmart won't deliver. Target won't deliver. So you got to ask yourself, is there truly a lazy person fulfillment shipping problem? Or is it because they're not fulfilling it in warehouses? Or is the problem is did everyone suck up everything and then kicked everything else, you know? Yeah, well, my hair is gray, Rita, now. Wish it was blonde. But I've embraced gray hair. I mean, literally, I can't believe the sheriff, you know, literally wants me to take a break from YouTube for who knows how long, you know. If I buy stuff, prep quietly. Don't basically toot my horn on YouTube because it makes us all look bad, apparently. Yet, when I went to the store, it was completely filled, you know. I don't know. See, this is my confused feeling, you know. I'm kind of semi-confused, you know, confused, you know. I mean, literally, let me put it to you this way. Now, Gabby's here. Gabby could probably toot her own horn. I've seen her do it many times. She's a sweetheart. But, you know, if, how do I put this without sounding like an ass? Someone has to see, you know, like Zoe said, there's no crime in prepping, yes. But should we be worried? Should we truly be concerned? That's the question. You know, I mean, you know, Gabby could tell us what's it's like where she's at in the Carolinas. The store's full, stocked up, empty. Should we worry? I mean, you know, we got to do something. I mean, literally. I mean, the entire country is basically blaming Biden when our oil has been sold up to freaking other countries and we have no reserves. I don't drive, so to me, it doesn't matter. But they say, oh, it should matter when they jack the prices up. The way I see it is the employee shortage. There's an employee shortage. No one wants to work. People are staying home. They're afraid the virus is going to get them. I, on the other hand, I'm just too damn tired, you know, I'm getting to the point where how can someone prep in this day and age when there's a recession? Are they trying to kill us all? No one knows. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I know business coursing well, you know. Supply and demand is high, supply is high. There's no price problem because people are working and people are at home and people are stockpiling like crazy. Supply and demand's up, prices are high, but the demand's high, the low is there. The supply low is there. So low supply, high demand. To balance it out, you stop buying these things. But instead, there's so many people trying to look online for the $6 ramen case that instead they go out and buy like every case that they get their hands on. And then the stores like Walmart, Kroger's, Fred Meyer's, Giant Eagle says, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any ramen. Can you ship more? And they turn around and say, oh, well, we'd like to, but we can't because we don't have the manpower to make more. So we'll make some more. But at the same time, they turn around and say, well, the price has to be raised on the ramen because, you know, the U.S. is supporting the fight in Ukraine and we're getting all our grain from Ukraine. See, another problem, you know. And then people say, oh, well, you know, if we weren't paying money into Ukraine, we could be better suited. Really? Well, let's argue with that whole thing about Ukraine and grain for a minute, right? People like me, people like Zoe, people like Tara J, people like Gabby. Did Gabby sit there and be like, excuse me, Senator from the Carolinas where I'm from. Did I tell you to go and give $150 billion of my grandkids and great grandkids money that they're going to have to pay it back so we can back up Ukraine because we have to protect our grains? Because this country is basically so lazy that they can't make grain. Because why? Well, the farmers don't want to pay the fertilizer and all this other crap, right? So Gabby's got a reason. Gabby's one person who says, "Well, you know, you might represent me, but my values is we shouldn't be paying $150 billion for Ukraine, right? Hypothetically, yeah. Tara J could turn around to I think she's in Kansas. She could say, excuse me, you motherfucking jackasses. Did I authorize you to go and put $150 billion to Ukraine when we can't support our own people and we can't take care of our own people? And yet, you just dumped $150 billion. Let's just say one ninth of $1 trillion to Ukraine. And what's it getting us? Higher grain for most of the stuff we use, macaroni and pasta noodles. And then on top of that, they put sanctions on Russia for fuel prices, and then yeah, Gabby and Tara J can say, "Excuse me, excuse me, representatives that represent my best interest. Where's our oil?" I mean, literally, am I the only fucking one around here that's fucking? No, I'm using Gabby and Tara J as an example, but am I the only one with the fucking decent common sense to sit here in the middle of the night for 12, 18 hours researching stockpiling methods, which price keeps going up every day? That's something to say. And yet I sit there and I go, where's our oil? Why did China own 50% of our farms? Is that true? Doing research on it. Meanwhile, I'm told don't worry about China and the farms. It's all Republican propaganda. It's this, it's that. At the same time, damn good and well, if there was a fucking breakdown of the system, the sheriff would be there with the damn M16s and full body gear picking the person that was stockpiling first. They would be the corrupt little assholes of the fucking world. The problem is prices would go down if people didn't fucking stockpile. I mean, look, is it a coincidence that 40 plus million chickens died because of virus? Oh, they're trying to control our food population. No, they're trying to make sure that it doesn't get into our bloodstream and kill us. They don't know what's going to happen between chicken and human. Oh, well, 10,000 cows died on a feedlot. We don't know what happened in Kansas. We don't. But then all these people come out and say, oh, is it a coincidence? To me, you got all these people let me put it to you this way. I want to say something to Zoe, and I want to say something. I don't know if Gabby left. I think she left after I used Gabby as an example, but like I want to say something, okay? Right? Are you worried, Zoe? Are you worried because what is your place like right now? What is your stores like when you went to Target? Are they full or empty? You go to Walmart, are they full or empty? You go to your other stores you shop at, are they full or empty? You answer that. I'm using the bathroom because I'd like to get your opinion. I got something to say, but I want to say it right. Oh, hi. How you doing, Uncle Mapo? Come here. Yeah. How are you? I think that you might see a breakdown, but I can't see a breakdown. That's the thing. Unless God shows me, I can't see a breakdown. I mean, look, every other presidency, I think, there's a breakdown, but it gets fixed right away. The thing is I think there's not much of a breakdown. I mean, look, I took all my stimulus checks and put it into supply and demand to keep this place running. Chloe did the same for the most part. So I don't think it's a breakdown. What I think it is there's fear. I think that's what God's trying to tell me is fear. I mean, think of it. There is too much fear going on. You got people wanting a red wave because they're pissed off at an old man as president. Now, there's people that might like Biden, there's people that might not like Biden, but I can't hold the president accountable for things that the Republicans and the Democrats have done. I mean, look, let me break it down for you, okay? The Republicans and Democrats hesitantly passed stimulus checks. They knew it was going to cause inflation. And yet now everyone's wondering if their food stamps going to be extended for July. I mean, think of it that way, right? Think of it that way, okay? Supply and demand's high, right? Now think of it this way. Remember what I said in my previous videos, Zoe? Why is the price high? Well, in my opinion, they're trying to force everyone to go back to work. No one wants to go back to work, so they keep raising it up, hoping the system will crack or break. So people realize they got to get off their lazy ass and go to work. Pee Wee said it best herself. They're fucking lazy ass people. Think of it. Fucking lazy ass people. Scalpers. They go and buy shit ton of ramen, then they go and ship it off to Amazon, and they put like, oh, you want a case of beans? $60, $70 for a case of beans. They're making profit. I mean, literally, and people will pay it because that's they're panic buying right now, and they know people buy it. If we had more of a common sense ground, people wouldn't be stockpiling like crazy. I mean, literally, look at the stuff that people buy, okay? Canned meats are sold out. I look at the canned meats prices today on 3 different sites. Couldn't believe the price. You can get it cheaper at the local grocery store. Some of the canned meats here are fully stocked. There's people out there that stopped watching me because they said I'm insane and crazy. Maybe I am. But at the same time, you don't have anyone giving facts. They just all believe whatever they're told too. And that's where I do fact checking. I do the fact checking. People don't like it. I mean, look. During the Obama administration, they basically did a recession to cripple the Obama administration because they wanted red power. That's all they do. But at the same time, during the Trump campaign, or the, we did have a recession with Reagan, but people didn't like Reagan due to the fact that, he was a Class B movie actor. Plenty of fear given to the volatility. Yeah, the thing is, we owe so much money to China, right? Picture this, Zoe, okay? The World Banks won't loan us any more money, so they turned us off, right? Meanwhile, we still got a debt to pay, right? People are buying stuff on credit. I saw a report today, right? Stop using your credit cards. That was the debate. Stop using your credit cards now. It was a YouTube video. I mean, it was on today. It was made today, I think it was, or like last night, This was, Wells Fargo, for example. I mean, there was an article about that, They're raising the, Well, apparently, a transgendered woman was banned for swimming in the Olympics, apparently. I'll look up that later. all these people saying things, you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't carry credit card. I don't believe in credit cards, but there's stories out there about stop using credit cards, you know. Putin just decides to ride the tiger out of nowhere. Monkeypox and mass shootings. People are, well, yeah, but the thing is, as long as they keep doing this and they're living in fear, they're not going to do anything. They're going to cripple the country. The country is crippling itself by saying, look, we got to worry about monkeypox and we got to worry about coronavirus and we got to worry about mass shootings. But at the same time, if people keep buying everything online, that cripples the shipping department. That cripples everyone's orders to be delayed months and months at times. I mean, literally, there's people complaining that they're still waiting for a lazy boy 2 hours later, 2 years later. You know, I mean, how are you doing, Boom Boom? Happy Running Day, Mommy. I'm Bunny and I know it. I'm a bunny and I know it. I'm a cute bunny and I know it. You know, yeah, but even if it is reason to stockpile, the problem is this is what I'm trying to get at. If we give into the fear until I basically do the research, Zoe, then people are going to pay the high prices and regret it. I mean, literally, if we basically we could stockpiles till the cows come home, but there is an expiration date on the food. What if we stockpile and nothing happens and then your food goes to waste? I mean, we got to look at the big picture of what's happening here. Till God gives me the vision, I can't just sit there and say, okay, we'll keep stockpiling. I mean, He gives us our money, you know. A lot of people claim they're God fearing Christians, yet they don't listen to God. If God said don't buy that, they go and buy it. Then God sends a leash of people saying, well, what do you need that for? Why'd you buy it? You know, maybe it's some woman, you know, or whoever, you know. This reminds me, I need to check something online. Because I told you guys in prepping tests, books are pretty good to buy. So I'm checking out a couple books that I would like. 102 bucks. Okay. So 102 bucks, I can get 15 books, paperbacks. That sounds good. But yeah, I'm gonna be going 2 and 5, but you get the idea, you know. The thing is I'm not trying to put fear in people. I don't want people to fear. I want people to use common sense, is what I'm saying. But there's too many people out there that think the entire world's coming to an end. God would tell me if the world's coming to the end. I would tell you guys specifically if the world was coming in. The Pope's not the only one that gets visions. I doubt he gets visions anyways, but still, you know. You know, and that means when you leave, Zoe, I can actually, you know, I can actually watch, you know, I'll check eBay for a second too, you know, something. All right, see, is there a complete thing? I guess they don't have anything? Damn. Oh, here you go. Is this what it is? So apparently this guy's breaking him down. Damn it, I wanted the entire... I don't want you choose. What I want is the fucking complete set. Yeah, see? Right there. I don't care. I just want fucking books. I don't give two shits about a complete thingy of 100 and some books in leather. Just give me the fucking... You see, that's what you want. Right there, you just want the entire complete collection of those. Okay. I will look at that later. And I'm done with that. There we go. Gotta go and find no worries again if you can't talk about it. So I do not think the world is in there. I don't either. I think there's a lot of fear. Now, since you're leaving, I will leave. And I will do some research for a game. So I can keep my mind sharp as a tack. And you have a restful evening too. Gotta go in 5 so no worries if you can. Will be online when I can. Just Pee Wee thinks I need to lay low for a while because the sheriff's watching me. So, anyways, I don't know who's else with me. I assume Gabby left again. So, because no one's commenting, I'm out myself. So, I'm gonna do some research. So, with that said, everyone, look for another video whenever. So, please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion at the like, subscribe buttons. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Hit the subscription button. It helps out the algorithm. Just leave the comments nice is all we ask. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.